Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another poetry podcast. Today, we have the honor and pleasure of getting to speak with OHP, Old Headed Poet, who I had the pleasure of meeting on TikTok and has been a kind soul that I have looked up to. He's always encouraging and inspiring and thoughtful and has amazing words to share. So I brought him about if you want to say hello.
Hey everybody, first of all, thank you for the honour of being on your podcast and for being thought of in this way. I appreciate the thoughts and the inclusion and your time, because everybody's time is important. Full disclosure, my first interview, my first podcast, so here we are. So I appreciate that. Thank you for inviting me, and thanks to everybody who's going to listen, and hope they can take something positive away.
Most definitely. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from and what inspired you to start writing?
Sure. So I am from the UK. I live in Yorkshire, in the kind of like the middle of the UK. I'm a writer, poet. First and foremost, I'm a dad and a granddad, and I've always been there to protect my family. That's who I am. Writing came quite sporadic. I started writing bits and bobs of, I suppose you could call it poetry, or what approximated poetry, in my late teens. I kind of stopped. Tried again early 20s. Met my ex-partner, had a family, life got in the way, kids to raise and families to look after. And then when my whole life changed about maybe 3-4 years ago, I started writing again, and now we're on the cusp of a book, and I've wrote in the last probably 2 years, I've probably wrote about maybe 230 pieces-ish, different themes and different motivations and drives, and some of it, the majority of it is mental health. That's a big passion of mine, and some of it is love and ideal love and soulmates, and some of it is society and loss and all sorts of things. And my main thing is that if my words can help me by venting and getting them out there, if they can help even just one other person, then that piece of poetry has done its job, and I'm totally happy with that. If it helps more, absolutely wonderful. And yeah, that's the whole thing. If it helps somebody, that's why I write now, is to help me and others, because I think that's really important, that we give as best as we can, in this time.
I absolutely love that, and you definitely do make an impact on everyone around you and inspire. And your dedication to that it's moving. It is very moving, and the fact that you've written so many pieces, to have that much creativity, is truly, it's so intelligent and beyond, the everyday thought, so that's absolutely amazing.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Very kind.
Who is your biggest inspiration in life?
Inspiration. I think, from past, I think it would be my granddad. He kind of laid the foundation for who I am today. So he's a big inspiration. He taught me to treat people with kindness and be there and to support people, and and be that sort of person and be that man. So I'm grateful for him. My kids are my motivation, and sometimes write about my poetry about love and families. So from that's that side of me. From a more kind of daily thing that inspires me, it might be a situation or an occurrence or a feeling or an emotion, or even just a bar or lyric or verse that comes into my head. and then there's other people around me. So say, for example, yourself, Blake from Blake's High Thoughts, Colton, Colton's Poetry, Louise, Jay Shine, Pamela, there's just so many people that I draw inspiration from, because you guys are so talented that I kind of, I take pieces of kind of each of your poetry and it inspires me, and it gives me a verse or a line that then brings out a piece for me, which I'm grateful for. And then there's more kind of other kind of more followed poets, I guess, in TikTok and Facebook. So it would be, let me see, Isabella Daughter, maybe, trying to think, there's so many. Isabella Daughter, she's a good friend of mine. She's got a massive following on TikTok. She's a really good poet. Whitney Hanson, Ellen Everett. There's so many beautiful writers that inspire me, and it's just good to have that. I'm really grateful to be able to listen to those people.
That is very inspiring to hear, and I know that each and every one of those writers definitely has mad respect for you. So I'm absolutely beyond grateful and thankful and blessed that I got to meet you on the TikTok community. So outside of writing, what other things do you enjoy doing?
My kind of everyday stuff is beyond work is like gym. I spend a lot of time in the countryside, trees, nature. I've started to do a lot of stuff with myself. I take myself out places and go watch live music, and I kind of folk bands and kind of acoustic sessions that are quite quiet in nature, and they've got a good vibe, and I like live music a lot, and that's quite inspiring. So I just kind of I've spent a lot more. I've started to do a lot more stuff for myself and with myself lately, which is a good thing. It's kind of a learning curve that I've had to adopt and as I grow as a person. So that's me outside of writing is nature and music.
I absolutely love that, and yes, nature and music feed our souls.
Absolutely.
So do you have one or two pieces that you would give us the pleasure of hearing today?
Absolutely, I'd love to. That's good, thank you. So I've got a bunch of stuff here with me. I'm kind of surrounded by the stuff. It looks like a mad writer's den in my house. So the two that I've got closest are the quite contrasting pieces. So the first one I'll read is a recent one. I wrote it on the 16th of this month. And it's called Chased by Judgment. And it's about how the words of others impact you, like the words of bullies or people who verbally abuse others, and how it makes you feel as it impacts you as an individual, and how that kind of can haunt you for quite a long time. And so that's the first one, so I'll read that one for you now. It's just called Chased by Judgment. The weight of the past, it rests heavy on my head, plagued and tortured, the weight of letters hanging around my neck, weighed down, trapped in by words that I never said. Yeah, they still haunt me. There's no point running, dashing through my own mind, and there's nowhere left to run, and it's clear I can't hide. So there's a weighty inevitability that they're always going to find me. How ironic. A writer, a wordsmith, haunted by words, haunted by the mutterings of others. Does it get any more absurd? And I'll be caught up tomorrow by what was said yesterday. So I'm running and running and running, but I still can't get away. I'm stuck on a circular track with cyclical thinking, because even when I lap them, they'll catch me anyway. Each letter and word feels like 100 pounds. Damn, I'm caught in my own mind. No one could tell that I'm sinking. And each time these phrases catch me, a part of me whispers, so, this is it? These words, these chains of letters that haunt me, they caught me again. Is it this time they bag me up and tug up the zip? In younger years, I'd be frantic, running in my mind, borderline manic, caught up in my own self-doubt and the chiding of others, trying to flee my own headspace, stomach churning with rising panic. And as I grew older and older, it's not like I got bolder. I guess my skin just got thicker, and for a while, my outlook got colder. And on bad days, when I relived them, all the words that the bullies said, or when I relive the chiding words of an ex, when I'm spinning circles in my mind with no way out of my own head. So I sit and I wait for my demons, staring them down as they gather in my mind, and I calmly remind them, while they're all in my head, you tried chasing me for 4 decades now, and you're a waste man because clearly I'm not dead. So yeah, that's the first piece. It was called Chased by Judgment, where your words catch up with you and other people's words catch up with you too. So the second piece, I'm sorry, you wanted to?
Sorry. I just wanted to say that that first piece is very deep and very raw, and you know, you can feel the pain and the passion to hope that your words inspire to make a difference, and that is huge. That's very brave. That piece definitely needs to be heard. I think that a lot of people talk about, you know, well, it never bothered anybody in the old days. Everybody's just too sensitive now, but you know, it's always bothered people, and it's always affected us over the span of our life. It's just people got tired of putting up with it. So.
Yeah, and I think what people don't realise is like a bit of kind of what we class as banter and a bit of light-hearted kind of joking, and then there's always someone who takes it too far and then they start saying hurtful things, and then that becomes acceptable, and others like, yeah, like, we'll have a piece of that, and then it escalates into something that it was never meant to be, or some people might mean it to be, and then people get kind of caught up like that with the words, and these words are kind of catching up with them every day. Something, so I can tell you things that bullies said to me when I was like 13 and 14. It doesn't have the impact on me now that it did, because I've worked past it and I'm stronger than I was, but I still remember them words, and I still remember where I were then when they were said. I'm just fortunate enough to have been able to build up, you know, against that and not let it bother me anymore, but I do remember it. And if that piece there or anything like that, even somebody who's, you know, can see that we recognise that how much, you know, of an impact it has when somebody says something bad, and how long people can carry it for, and that it's okay to feel a certain kind of way, and you can move past it. It does take a lot, but I think if we can just let one person know that that's the case, then, you know, it's done its job.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that piece. And you have the second piece?
I do. It's about love and relationships. Now I'll give you the choice, because I'm a guest on your pod. We've got either one called The Other Half, and that's about soulmates and stuff, and then there's another one called Loving, and that's about being enough for somebody. So they're both about love, but I'll let you choose.
Would you give us the honor of both?
Absolutely, if that's cool with you, if it's all right on time and everything, I'll read both of them for you. It's not a problem at all. So I will read you a piece called The Other Half. I read it in a live before, it's been a while. I wrote this in April of this year, 12th of April. And this is about being with someone, but already being your own person, and being comfortable with each other, and finding gratitude, you know, as a couple, and that respect and softness that I think we all need. And it's just about that. So it's called The Other Half. They asked, "Where's your other half?" I said, "But I'm already whole. We're two individuals, not two halves of a soul. Sun and moon. She shows me daylight and I light her night. Energy's balanced and a spark that ignites. She brightens my path and I guide her through dark. Horrific past we both had, that on us both left its mark. But we worked, and we healed, using kind communication to express how we feel. And when I'm hitting rock bottom, she brings me the sun. A soft, gentle touch is a reminder that I've already won. Your soft, gentle soul, so soothing and kind. Your pretty face makes me grateful that love's not totally blind. Loyalty, love and respect, all balanced just right. And I've finally found somebody where a disagreement won't end in a fight. Peace.
That is truly inspiring, as far as, knowing that there's still people out there that love and with passion and care for others, and inspires me to want to seek love again.
You know what? I'm kind of, I don't know if to call myself a hopeless romantic or a hopeful one. And I think I'm kind of a dichotomy when it comes to love, I think, because I would like the perfect love. I would love to find my person, my soulmate. And I do believe that them people are out there, and if we're blessed to meet them, then amazing. But I also don't think it's all glitter and rainbows and unicorns and roses and that it's easy. And I know that love, proper love and respectful love and old-fashioned love, and it takes effort and kindness and respect and understanding and time and patience and all them things are worthwhile when it's the right person. And I think when I write with these things like this piece, the other half, or this other one, Loved, or when I write about love, those are the things that kind of drive me. Sometimes I get emotional and my voice cracks when I read them, because I kind of reflect on, what if I had that? What if I found that? And kind of sometimes I'm like, wow. And I get kind of caught up in that kind of emotion of what if. And sometimes it chokes me a little bit, but yeah, I think I'm a big softy deep down. I can be tough when I need to be, but yeah, I think we're all looking for love. I think somewhere along the way, whether we want to admit it out loud or not, I think we all look for love. So yeah, that's kind of the inspiration for that sort of writing, I think.
Well, thank you.
So, our last piece, Loving, it's called, and it was written on the 7th of September this year, quite new, and it was actually inspired by a TikTok singer. I think they're called CJ Fan. It's kind of like a country folk love kind of vibe for the music. Super talented. She's super talented. I think the song's called Enough for the Both of Us. I think it's kind of the line that inspired it, because it's in the last verse, and I write my work backwards. I start with the last verse and work forwards, because my brain's crazy like that. So this one's called Loving. I reflected on past relationships, and I don't think I've ever genuinely felt safe. I've always been the one who loves more, who kept loving even when love seemed out of place. And part of me has always been a dreamer, maybe a hopeless or a hopeful romantic. And I've always been the one to provide stillness and calm to others, even when inside my mind was frantic. Yet my outlook is not all soft and fluffy in matters pertaining to love, because I understand that love takes effort and trust, even if nobody else around me does. And that's okay, because I think I just exist in the wrong era. So I'll remain hopeful, and when I finally find the one, I'm hoping she comes with softness and love, where in the past others have only caused destruction and run. And I'm not going to lie there in times where I hope it will pass and find it hard to love myself. And there are things that I still look for and work for on a daily basis from my past, not mental health. And I'm hoping her heart finds mine. And on days when I think that I'm hard to love, I really hope she'll hold me close and love me enough for the both of us. Peace.
That is truly inspiring. I love that you connect with those thoughts and you inspire the fact that love still exists and that we can find it. And that's a true inspiration. Especially these days and times, everybody seems to be very negative about a lot of things. So thank you so much for sharing all three of those. We're truly blessed to have heard them.
Thank you for listening and for giving me the space and time, and for letting me share those and just me jabbering on about love and relationships and bullying and all these things that impact us daily. I appreciate that you took the time to listen. It means a lot, and I think what I want people who listen to your pod to understand is not just about me. I'm a writer and I write about love and mental health and stuff, and you and me have both been through stuff in our past, and I think it's important that I point out to your listeners how gentle and kind you are to others around you, and the things that and how brave you are for sharing the stuff that you do, whether it's stuff that you've experienced in your past or things that have impacted other people, and that you take the time to share that and to talk to people with kindness and take time to speak to them people even when you feel off. And I think some people might not realise that, of how sweet a soul you actually are. And I think if you need to give yourself more credit as who you are as a human being, because you shine such a wonderful light into this space, whether it's TikTok, your poems. As a friend, I love classing you as a friend. I really do, and I'm blessed to have met you in TikTok and had live sessions in poetry with you and seeing how kind you are as a person, and I think that's important for you to carry with you. So please don't lose that, because you are important.
Choking me up. That means more to me than you know, that someone sees me trying to be good and lift others up and share light in this life and inspire. Those were very kind words. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
But you do all those things, though. You do all those things, whether you realise it or not. The words that you share will no doubt help other people. I've reflected on stuff that you've wrote in your pieces, and it's helped me. I can say that openly and honestly. And if every writer does that, then we're creating a lovely space. And keep doing the pods and keep sharing and taking the time to share people's work, and that alone will inspire them to be better people, because you are a kind person, and I think that it's needed in this space. So thank you for taking the time to make this pod. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining us, and it has been a very inspiring day in podcast. So do you have any published work out there for our readers?
The book is almost ready. I'm waiting on the cover art. It's been a bit of a journey for the artwork, and I'm grateful for the people that have contributed to that. The written work is ready. I will be posting on my TikTok channel as a run-up, as like a pre-order situation. So if anybody's interested, the book is called There's Dark Then There Has to Be Light, and it's just a pointer to the fact that even when you're in your darkest times, it's always darkest before dawn. So that one last step might be the step that gets you clear of what you're going through, and it's important to know that. And that book is a journey through mental health, and I'm hoping it can help people reflect and see that they're not alone. And it sucks that people will be able to relate to that, but if they can and it helps, and that's what the aim is. I've not released it yet. I'm hoping by the end of the year. I think my book cover is currently being drawn up by an artist as we speak. But yeah, it will be really soon. We're on the cusp of it, and that'll be book one. But yeah.
I think that everybody that is listening and that knows you is on the edge of their seats waiting for this to come out. So you will definitely have to keep us posted so that we can get this amazing collection of works from you.
I will put it out on my channel. I'll probably mention it in a live or two as well. And if it helps somebody, I will be over the moon. If it's just one person that gets helped by a page in my book, then I will be absolutely ecstatic. But thank you for giving me a chance to share that.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to listen today. I hope that you enjoyed this podcast and have an amazing weekend.